Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday morning. And around here, it's a happy day. I'm going to discuss something a little different to start, but something that we all need to take care of. I mean, we all talk about anything else. I mean, food, ammunition, money, power, water, yada, yada, yada. But the number one thing that we need to take care of is our health, okay? Because frankly, if we're dead, everything else that you've stocked, stored, prepared for, whatever it is useless because you just need a box. So many of you know that the end of January, I had a doctor's appointment and went in and weighed in at 309 pounds. Now I'm 6'8", so I'm just a big man. Wasn't like I'm, you know, roly poly or anything like that, but I've got a belly that had to go. And breaking 300 was the trigger, if you will, for me to, okay, I got to do something about this. So I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, I did research, I talked to a nutritionist, and my decision was to try the carnivore diet. Now, many of you guys have seen Dr. Sean Baker or any of these other YouTube medical professionals talking about the benefits of the carnivore diet. Sure, there's people out there who are going to say, oh, it's not healthy just eating meat, yada, 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 right? Okay. So I want to give you the results of my blood test that I took last Friday. So this would be about 80 days into my carnivore journey, if you will. Now, little background. My family has a history of heart problems, and my family has a history of high blood pressure. Okay. I've been on blood pressure meds for probably 15 years. I have not stopped taking those. I haven't been able to consistently get my blood pressure to 120/80 with the meds, so I'm not trying to do anything with that yet. On the other side, about 2 years ago, my cholesterol level went up. And at that point, my doctor put me on statins. And you guys know this just like I do. The answer for every doctor for every problem is there's a pill for that. Okay. Personally, I don't feel like turning into one of these people who has a bowl of cereal in the morning, except it's not Fruit Loops, it's a bowl of pills. Okay. So I did a little test, and about a month ago, I stopped taking my statins, knowing this test was coming up. Okay. So I wanted to see what my normal body cholesterol is, what my body is handling without being on medication. For all those people that say that the carnivore diet is unhealthy, that we shouldn't eat just meat, that, oh my God, you need to be a vegan, or we're omnivores or something. And I'll give you the omnivore stuff, okay? Sure, we like to eat fruits and vegetables as well. But we were not meant to just eat fruits and vegetables. And just because of our incisors' teeth, you know that we were meant to eat meat. Okay. So what I did, I've got yesterday's blood test, or the ones I got yesterday, the blood test results, and the blood test results from the doctor's appointments that put me on the diet. I want to give you these figures, and you tell me if this could be effective for you. My total cholesterol, okay, went from 180 on statins to 175 without statins. Now, my cholesterol level's in the good range. The good range is between 140 and 200, so I'm okay. And I'll explain why I'm in a good range here in a second. This was the huge one. My triglycerides, okay? Triglycerides are what's basically going to cause you to have heart attacks, etc., etc. It's the worst stuff in your blood. Went from 71, the end of January, to 47. The healthy range is somewhere between 25 and 149. I wasn't terrible before. I'm now on the low end of the bad stuff in my blood. I'd say that from eating meat. Okay. My good cholesterol, my HDL, went from 53 to 55. Now, fortunately for me, I've always had a high good cholesterol. Okay. The range for this is between 40 and 59. My good cholesterol went up. My LDL, this is where my problem still lies. My LDL has always been high. At the end of January, it was 136. Off meds, 115. I dropped 21 points in my bad cholesterol. My bad cholesterol is still high because the range you want to be is anywhere under 100. I'm still at 115. But eating just meat, my bad cholesterol dropped 21 points. No meds. Mind you, the 136 number was when I was on statins. Okay. My glucose level was 113 in January, which is outside the range. That's too high. 70 to 99 is where it should be. My glucose dropped from 113 to 95. Gee, that kind of reduces my diabetes risk. That ain't a bad thing either. The rest of them that they test for, my urea, nitrogen, my sodium, my potassium, my chloride, my carbon dioxide, those went up or down 1 or 2 points. They were pretty much insignificant moves. Okay. But getting healthy and getting off meds, especially as I get older, especially as we all get older, okay, is something that's probably going to be crucial as the world gets more upside down, okay? Because we all know, thanks to the Affordable Care Act, medicine is getting less and less affordable, okay? We all know that 80% of our medicine comes from either India or China. Not exactly great relations going on with them right now, so that could get cut off in a day. We all know, we've already seen many medicines be told to us that they're in short supply or we can't get them at all. The best thing you can do is try to do whatever you can to get off the meds by getting healthy. Now, as I said earlier, I discussed this with my doctor. I discussed this with a nutritionist who was recommended by my doctor, so they're in conversation. So I'm being monitored, if you will, to make sure that I'm not doing anything that's dangerous. That's an important thing. Trying to get healthy and kill yourself is not exactly what I call a positive effect. All right. Then the other one that comes in, where people, you'll see these comments all the time. Oh, meat's so expensive right now. It's too expensive to go on the carnivore diet. I'm going to give you this. Okay. You see a lot of people say, oh, I ate ribeyes every day for 90 days. First off, there ain't nobody that can afford to eat ribeyes every day. All right. What is it? $13 a pound if you find them on sale. Okay. Second off, if I ate the same thing every day for 3 months, I'd puke. I'll give you this. I weighed myself this morning, 287.2, so I have lost almost 22 pounds. 287.2 is the lowest I've been on this journey. I know, you don't know this information, too much information. Well, it's part of the story. What I eat, hamburger patties, the ones you buy at the store, the 73.27 hamburger patties. Fry up some hamburger patties, put 4 hamburger patties on a plate, that's a meal. Okay. Chicken thighs, chicken legs. Okay. Pork chops. That's fine. Last night we had a chuck roast. if you have a leaner cut of meat, let's say you want to have pork loin because that's what you got. That's what's on sale. You get a leaner cut of meat, eat a stick of butter with it. Okay. I mean, my goal is to eat roughly a stick of butter a day. And I'll give you why. You need the fats. You need to get somewhere around 70% of your calories from fat to lose weight. This is the stuff, they twist the words to us. I mean, I know, because for my entire life, we've always been told, eat lean meats and everything like that. No. Remember the old nursery rhyme, Jack Sprat could eat no fat, and he was this skinny little rail in the cartoons? His wife could eat no lean, and she was as big as a house. They had that one completely backwards. Eating all the lean meat is what makes you fat. Eating all the fat is what makes you thin. I found out something else that's interesting. You know the best way to get rid of water weight that we all carry a lot of? Drink more water. It's all contrary to what we've been told. It's almost contrary to common sense. But I'll tell you this, it works. It's crazy. You can do this on a budget. It's not that difficult to do. People are like, oh my God, I'm gonna get bored of the food. No, I have beef a couple of days a week, chicken a couple of days a week, pork a couple of days a week, and maybe fish once. Okay, you don't like fish? Skip that day. Okay. You have chicken breasts in the freezer? Slice pats of butter, and when you take a chunk of your chicken, put some butter on it. Don't melt it, just put a pat of butter on it, chew it up. You're getting the fats, okay, that you need. And miraculously, the weight's dropping. I mean, I've lost, 7% of my body weight? Mrs. P's lost 10% of her body weight because she decided to start this at the same time I did. Okay? Not bad. And gee, miraculously, my blood tests are getting better. My triglycerides dropping 40%. My risk of heart attack dropped drastically. My risk of stroke went down. That's about the most important thing I think I can prep. Because Mrs. P's most important prep is to make sure I'm still here. And that's an obligation I have to her to make sure everything's taken care of, including this body. Pinball out.